This module will look at a public dispute case where residents in a community nearby a nuclear power plant demanded a relocation of a community and compensation from government due to tangible harms and potential risks from the construction of additional nuclear power plant. When the government could not concede to their demands due to standing rules and regulations, a third-party mediation team helped stakeholders to engage in interest-based negotiations and build a consensus agreement. We will discuss how the presence of a neutral third-party team led to this success.
Shinhwari is located in Uljin-gun, Gyeongbuk Province in Korea. The community is surrounded by Hanul Nuclear Power Plant, with 6 nuclear reactors built in 2005, and the new Hanul Nuclear Power Plant with 2 reactors under construction, and 2 additional reactors planned. All the plants are just 1 kilometer away from the community. As a consequence, the community is also surrounded by 4 power substations and 11 high-voltage transmission towers that receives power from the nuclear power plant. During construction of the nuclear power plant in the past, the village was divided in 2 by a new road for construction activities. Consequently, there were frequent traffic accidents with casualties among the villagers. Therefore, construction activities for a new nuclear power plant reminded the residents of all the harm and risks that they endured. The residents also believed that electromagnetic waves from high-voltage transmission towers would cause cancer. Furthermore, nuclear disaster in Fukushima, Japan in 2011 made the residents more concerned about nuclear safety of the facilities. The residents came to think that the best way to secure quality of life was to leave their hometown and settle in another place. The residents in some 60 households complained they could no longer stand to suffer from the negative impacts and risks of the nuclear power plant, new plant construction, and the transmission towers around the village. Also, they demanded that the government should provide a new area for them to settle in and support the costs of relocation and new settlement. The government could not agree with their demands because the law specified the condition for mass migration, which is that the village should be located within 560 meters from the reactor. Upon government's response, the residents protested, held press conferences, and made a coalition with another social group against high-voltage transmission towers. Also, the residents requested the government to establish a committee to address their concerns. The government responded to their requests by establishing a 5-party committee to discuss the issue, where representatives from the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Energy as a central agency, 2 public corporations including Korea Electric Power Corporation and Korea Hydro and Nuclear Power, local government, and the community participated. The committee held 10 meetings over 9 months, but no resolution was reached as the residents did not withdraw from their demands for migration support, and the government did not concede to the residents' demands, citing current rules. Therefore, the committee decided to carry out a fact-finding investigation together. However, all parties wanted to objectively rationalize each party's argument through the fact-finding process. The process became a drawn-out affair from the beginning, as they had difficulty in specifying the scope of the investigation. They merely exchanged demands and maintained their positions for 9 months without any tangible results. The residents held another protest and criticized the government of slow process. With no signs of progress in the committee, Korea Nuclear and Hydropower and KEPCO requested the Presidential Commission for National Cohesion to support their dispute resolution process according to the Memorandum of Understanding on Effective Dispute Resolution for Public Enterprises. Drawing from a list of third-party professional neutrals who could mediate in public disputes, the Presidential Commission dispatched a team of experts to help the parties build consensus. At first, the residents had little trust in the initiative of the Presidential Commission and suspected that the mediation process might be a ploy to delay decision-making again. They were also unfamiliar with the mediation process. However, without any other alternatives, the residents could not but agree to participate in the mediation process, but only for 3 months on the condition that fact-finding investigation would resume, if without tangible outcomes, within 3 months.
조정팀이 구성되고 나서 저희가 했던 첫 번째 일은 일단 이해 당사자들 면담하는 일이었습니다. 그래서 이해 당사자들을 각각 만나서 이 문제를 어떻게 보는지, 그리고 특히 주민들 같은 경우는 이제 집단 이주 주장을 하셨으니까 왜 그 주장을 하시는지, 집단 이주가 왜 필요한지 그 이유에 대해서 좀 더 얘기를 나누는 시간을 가졌습니다. 그래서 그 이유를 들어보면 이제 집단 이주는 어떻게 보면 굉장히 고통스럽기 때문에 그 방법밖에 없다라고 하는 방법인 거고, 실질적으로 중요한 거는 그 도로의 어떤 위험으로부터 좀 안전해지는 거, 그 다음에 원전이 이제 원전 주변 지역에 살면서 굉장히 좀 삶이 피폐화된 그런 좀 주거 환경이라든가 이런 것들이 좀 개선할 필요에 대한 것도 있고요. 또 송전탑 문제에서는 살면서 늘 소음이라든지 이런 문제에 좀 어려움도 있고, 또 한편으로는 전자파 문제나 이런 것들이 사실 소문이거나 완전히 밝혀져 있는 것은 아니라고 하더라도 그런 위험에 대한 좀 두려움, 불안함, 이런 여러 가지 요소들이 굉장히 중요한 문제다라는 거를 저희들이 파악하게 됐고, 또 주민들도 역시 집단 이주라고 하는 주장 이면에 진짜 바라는 것이 지금 현재 삶에서 좀 더 안전하고 쾌적한 환경 속에서 살고 싶다라고 하는 그 필요에 대해서 좀 이야기를 나누면서 또 주목하게 된 점, 이런 것들이 중요한 요인이 됐고요. 다른 이해관계자들 역시도 처음 시작할 때 과연 주민들이 집단 이주를 요구하는데 아무리 조정협의체에서 대화를 한다고 하더라도 다른 답이 있겠냐. 그래서 사실 대화에 대해서 좀 굉장히 좀 부정적인 시각도 있었습니다. 그런데 쭉 이야기를 나누는 과정, 그리고 저희들이 그런 준비 단계를 거쳐서 쟁점을 좀 더 이주냐 아니냐가 아니라 주민들이 좀 더 안전하고 쾌적한 환경을 어떻게 만들 건지를 좀 주요 쟁점으로 만들어가면서 거기에 좀 더 초점을 맞출 수 있었기 때문에 이 조정에서의 결과가 있지 않았을까 이렇게 생각합니다.
The mediation team started their mission by holding a briefing meeting for the residents to explain their roles as mediators as well as the roles of the Presidential Commission, and proposed a 3-month mediation process. The primary roles of the mediation team were, first, to assist parties in reaching a consensus for themselves through deliberation among stakeholders. Second, to maintain their neutrality. Third, to organize meetings and design the process based on interviews with stakeholders. Fourth, to facilitate deliberation in meetings to ensure smooth, amicable talks among the participants. Fifth, to not enforce any solutions but respect decisions made by stakeholders themselves. And sixth, to maintain confidentiality on the contents of the interviews. The mediation team emphasized that the role of the Presidential Commission was to ensure that the meetings would proceed fairly and smoothly through the mediation team, and not to impose any solution to the committee. Also, the team proposed to the residents an action plan, where they would spend half a month to understand the stakeholders through individual interviews by focusing on their perception of the current problem, the effects of construction of nuclear power plant and transmission towers, factors to improve relations, possible solutions, and topics to be discussed during the mediation process. The next half-month would be spent on designing and proposing the plan for a resolution process based on the results of the interviews, including the scope of participants, the frequency, time and place for meetings, agendas, and guidelines to ensure effective meetings. After reaching an agreement on the plan for a mediation process, 2 months would be spent on actually carrying out the process. The team duly carried out interviews and collected important information from stakeholders. The team identified common grounds among stakeholders. Although there was a perceptual gap about the degree of inconveniences, the stakeholders largely agreed about the disadvantages of living near a nuclear power plant, such as safety concerns about the nuclear power plant, possibility of traffic accidents, decreased property value, and health concerns about electromagnetic waves. Also, stakeholders believed that mass migration would be time-consuming and that it would be difficult without amending current laws and regulations. They also agreed that measures to improve the safety and the livelihood of the residents of Shinhwa-ri were necessary. Finally, they wanted to resolve their dispute. The stakeholders agreed to focus on measures to improve the safety and the livelihood of the residents of Shinhwa-ri, the primary interests behind their demand for mass migration. The team shared with the stakeholders the results of the interviews and proposed the mediation process in order to check whether they reflected stakeholders' opinions appropriately in their summary and plan. Through that consultation process, the mediation team was able to earn the trust of stakeholders.
어쨌든 중립성에 대한 신뢰를 좀 얻을 수 있었던 건 주민들이 이야기할 때 그것에 대해서 이게 맞다 저게 맞다라는 것이 아니라 저희들이 주민들이 원하는 게 무엇인지를 좀 더 충분히 들었던 점, 그리고 그 들었던 내용을 또 저희 절차에서 보면 이해관계자들이 얘기한 걸 다시 한번 확인하고, 그리고 저희들이 어떻게 진행할 것이다라고 하는 거에 대해서도 다시 확인하면서 동의를 받는 절차를 갖거든요. 그러니까 이른바 이 과정이 저희 맘대로 저희가 운영하는 것이 아니라 저희가 설계하지만 그 설계한 내용을 이해관계자들의 동의를 통해서 진행한다는 거죠. 그래서 그런 과정을 통해서 이 조정팀이 굉장히 중립적으로, 그리고 이 당사자들이 주체가 돼서 우리 의견으로 의사결정이 될 거야 라고 하는 그런 신뢰가 형성되지 않았을까 이렇게 생각합니다.
Through 12 meetings in 6 months, with help from the mediation team, the stakeholders produced a consensus agreement. The consensus was reached by focusing on interests, what the stakeholders really wanted, rather than focusing on demands or positions. They agreed with the following as major components of consensus. First, they acknowledged that the relocation of the community was impossible according to the current laws and regulations. Therefore, the Ministry of Trade, Industries and Energy, and the Presidential Commission on National Cohesion would make an effort to amend the laws and regulations in order to mitigate harms and risks associated with nuclear power plants and high-voltage transmission towers. Second, Korea Hydro and Nuclear Power would take steps to reduce the volumes and speeds of heavy-duty trucks for construction in order to minimize the risks of traffic accidents in the community. Also, relevant local government and public corporations would build bypass roads to be used for construction purposes only. Third, for siting additional high-voltage transmission towers, the residents would be fully consulted from the early stages of planning. Fourth, stakeholders would discuss measures to ensure the safety of the nuclear power plants, such as installation of radiation detectors in town, of radioactive detectors in the town. Fifth, they agreed to conduct noise measurement of noise from high-voltage transmission towers and come up with noise mitigation measures. Sixth, residents can receive health checkup services when they want. Seventh, they agreed to support a consensus agreement. Eighth, the Presidential Commission for National Cohesion would monitor the implementation of the agreement and convene additional meetings whenever necessary.
Now, let's review what we have learned in the case of Shinhwa-ri mediated conflict resolution process. In a conflict situation, disputants tend to focus on their power or rights in order to achieve what they want. Residents often emphasize their rights to lead good quality of life, and government relies on laws and regulations to solve the problems. However, when they cannot find solutions, they often engage in power struggles, losing opportunities to focus on what they really want, that is, interests and real concerns. Right-based and power-based approaches to resolve conflicts incur lots of costs in the end. Although stakeholders, including government agencies and residents, engage in a dialogue, they focus on their demands and rights and spend 9 months to seek rationales and evidences to support their own positions. However, they could not engage in a deliberation that could focus on their interests and create options to satisfy their interest. In this case, a mediation team intervened in the process, took effective steps to earn trust from the stakeholders, and helped the stakeholders to focus on interest. They explained their roles as mediators, proposed a process based on one-on-one interviews, and managed meetings fairly and effectively. As a result, stakeholders could build a consensus by generating creative options to satisfy their interest.